Hey guys, welcome back. We're over here at the Bard Rock Cafe Twitch channel playing a wonderful ruse of Space Rock Cafe. As you'll notice, we have a couple new people that are going to be joining us as we're getting ready to switch over some of our crewmates into some new people that are playing with us. So you'll notice some changes as we come up in the next couple sessions. Before we get started fully into the game, we just want to remind you that Bard Rock Cafe has several sponsors that you are welcome to take advantage of some fun codes for. Dragon Master Games and Fan Roll Dice, both codes Bard Rock Cafe for some wonderful 10% off things, as well as if you like tea, they have Many Worlds Tavern, and the code there is also Bard Rock Cafe. You'll notice we're going to be using the Wild Magic table from the DM's Guild made by Dave Panfio. It has Wild Magic for all classes, and it is amazing and fun, and if you are interested in it, you should go check it out and give him some love as well. And if you are a subscriber to the Twitch channel, you will notice there are lots of fun emotes that are available for use. And yeah, I think that's all of the fun initial things that need to be addressed immediately. There's some other fun stuff that we might use throughout the game if it comes up, and at the end I'll make sure to give those proper credits as well if they do come up. But I'm Xtina, I'm your GM for the evening, and I'll go ahead and let everyone introduce themselves, who they're playing, and eventually we'll drop into that recap. Jake, we'll start with you.
Ahoy, mateys! I am Paul, and I play Captain Jake Swallow, a washout from Waterdeep's Bard College who made a deal with a gnomish god in order to get a Spelljammer ship with a treant on as part of the ship. Why he assembled this motley crew to steal a cursed treasure he shouldn't have stolen. That's Jake.
Amar.
Hello, I'm Marty as well. I am the ship's navigator, although I typically navigate with a different kind of compass. And I'm very amused at how the subtitles are trying to understand me. Very, very funny. Anyways, I have a polycule consisting of a couple of members who are not sort of the crew, but more of the polycule. It'll be interesting to see how they go on going forward.
Polly?
Polly, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Right now was the moment that my wife decided to pop in for a second. Hi, love you. Okay, see you later. Bye. Okay, I am Ursa Bearwalker. I'm playing Polly, the ship's cook / chef / chicken rearer. Just looking to make people keep people fed and happy and all that good stuff.
Hood. Let's go to you.
Hi. Name's Hood. I'm a snake guy. Got this. I use a robot suit to move around. Also, I have some degree of medical training. How much of it is official? Up to debate.
Oh, I also have some degree of medical training. I took a first aid course at the Bard College.
Nice.
Just the first, or did you take the rest of them too?
They only offered one elective. It was like part of our health directive. Like I did that in lieu of gym class.
You're basically
What
just
I mean
CPR,
is,
right?
you say you took the first class. Did you stop after that day, or what?
Oh, the first aid class. Oh, I see what you're saying now.
Yes.
Yep. No, I didn't move on to second aid because aid is a terrible spell.
Spirit.
Hi, I'm Marty, and I play Spirit, the new guy.
But not the newest guy.
Not the newest guy.
Guys?
Well,
Guys
several
and gals?
plurals.
Plurals.
So, I have an existential question about Spirit.
I may or may not have an answer to this question.
Are any of your ghosts people who create prose, like fiction, plays, articles, anything like that?
Maybe Bruno.
So that would make Bruno a ghostwriter.
Yep, there it is.
All right, I should. You know what?
Hey, we don't talk about Bruno.
Nice stream, folks.
Yeah, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks, right? Maybe.
Is it
Something
too
like
late to
that.
back out?
Yes. All right. Sweet. Hey, Spirit, what happened last time? You have that wonderful robot memory, right?
Spirit certainly does. Hello. Last time on S.P.I.R.I.T Cafe, the crew was attacked by unauthorized moss. That's all I remember. That's all I remember. I can't. Yeah,
That
I
was
hate
the stream.
This. That was it. We got it. We
No.
killed some moss. We ran to the ship.
And we got away scot-free.
Uh-huh.
Allegedly.
Yep, because it's in the recap, it is now canon.
There we go.
No.
Damn.
Not a fat chance. No, that's not happening. Great. So,
You know what our mistake was? We don't have a crew member named Scott.
Huh?
So-
I said we got away scot-free.
Oh.
so
Gotcha.
Ursa, who are you wild magic surging during the recap? We don't have a Jack, sorry. There we go.
Jake.
Alright.
Immediate wild magics. Yeah, so you guys
Immediate wild magic,
do
yep.
technically
Every
have some fun stuff ongoing. You are currently being in pursuit by several of our S.P.I.R.I.T agents. Everyone has successfully made it back onto the ship, and you are potentially about to depart port. Have not, I think, really started moving anywhere just yet. You have confirmed that some of the polycule is on the ship. A couple of the college kids have hopped ship because they have other things going on and they didn't feel like hanging out since it seemed like you guys were about to depart. And a couple of them stuck around, including V and a couple of V's friends. So,
Alright,
TBD on who they are.
Polly's plan backfired because I rolled a 69.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, let's figure out what we're doing there.
I feel like I've gotten this on the bar table before. My memory's fuzzy.
Well, you now have paladin power.
Yeah, I was gonna
too.
say you got two.
I was gonna say I think I might have gotten the surge from the bard one before, but I don't remember what it was. Then again, I don't remember saying nice, so I guess it depends on whether or not it's 70 or 68 that's attached to. Really, Marty? Okay.
Did Marty pull another one?
You guys realize I fucked with you like 2 months ago, right?
I feel like it's tradition at this point.
Okay, just
The
remember, I
last,
have
like-
14,000 channel points.
The last like 3 or 4 sessions, Ursa has immediately started with the with the wild magic surge on Jake, and then if I have the points, I usually
I
just.
think we need to
do it
make a
and
rule:
go,
you can't cash them in until the story actually starts.
No.
Anyway, once we resolve the 69, I guess we can deal with 17.
Yeah, hold on.
Find a nickel for every time I've heard that.
Okay, so Hood, while Christina is looking at the magic table, explain to me what a 17 is.
So,
What
so
was the stream rated?
hold on. 'Cause the Bard one is funnier. We're doing the Bard one, even though the
Okay.
Paladin one is more helpful. This one's funnier.
Hmm.
A spotlight from the sky or ceiling
yeah, I have
focused
gotten this
on
one
you
before.
for the next minute, during which you are immune to being charmed or frightened. However, you do have a big ol' spotlight on you. So, contend with that, and then you also got a 17.
Yep.
All right. Maybe that one. Let's see what Paladin has to offer. Oh, not Paladin. Paladin.
God, I don't.
Paladin, good old dinosaur that works for God.
That sounds awesome. That's the sequel to Velocipaster.
That was good.
That would not
Thank
be
you.
helpful.
I'll be here. I'll be here for the next 3 hours. Thank you.
At this moment. I don't think that would be helpful to you at this moment, so we'll stick with the Bard table for now. You cast Enhance ability on your favorite creature within range.
Favorite creature?
Not what
Yeah,
you
it does say-
choose, but your favorite.
It does say your favorite specifically.
Pick your favorite.
That's gotta be
So,
you,
am,
isn't it?
am I a legal target for this? Because I'm Jake. Jake is definitely his own favorite creature.
If enhanceability allows it, then I guess you could.
It does.
Sure it does.
I'm going to enhance my charisma because I'm not charismatic enough.
You're not charismatic enough. Yeah. All right.
Oh, we have a chat inspiration. Whoever tracks that.
Okay. Wonderful.
All right, everybody, battle stations. We're getting the fuck out of here.
Oh,
and Jake directs Alexa to the helm because he's got to be captaining things. And the siren lady, I find her a nice, comfortable deck chair on the patio of the ship. Set her down.
You get her settled and all good and happy, and literally as soon as you get her settled, she disappears since the wild magic would have worn out at that point.
Damn. Stupid hyperbolic time ship.
Nice try.
I walk up to the deck chair holding a pina colada, and it's just empty.
the deck chair or the
Probably
pina
was-
colada?
The deck chair.
Miss Polly
And
said I
Alaska
can't
does.
drink while we're actually doing ship things. I'll take that later.
But we do like them, and we also like getting caught in the rain. I believe that is how the thing goes. Is we
I don't
like
think you get
being
caught in the rain inside a
coladas.
I'm throwing the
Getting
pina
caught
colada
in
at
the
Amar.
rain. Wonderful. Thank you, sir.
Leaning against
Amar opens his mouth and tries to catch as much of it as he can.
leaning against the table in the mess hall, V's just kind of eyeing as Amar does that, takes note of that, and then begins having a conversation with a couple of her friends that are staying on the ship, like not interested in being a part in the shenanigans of what you guys are doing. Sort of occasionally looking over at everyone to see if they need them to get involved, but at the moment they are sort of sticking themselves in being pretentious college students. You do see Rolloy is like immediately behind you, Amar, and it's just like, "Hi, can I help? Is there anything I can do?"
Well, we will have to see what it is that we need to do, and now we can get out of this. But one thing that you can certainly do is stay there looking pretty. You do that very well.
Okay, all right. I will not move from right here. You got it. And then Jake, you notice that Alexa sort of like appears from one of the leaves in the wall and steps out from part of the ship and is just like, "I feel the need to point out that there is a suddenly awake individual on the ship that was not here before. You may want to also investigate this."
That is a great idea. Everyone battle stations and lets you get the ship moving, and I put up my speaking stone and I call below station. Like, "Hello, fellow crewmen, how are you doing today?"
Who are you? Where am I? What's
I'm-
happening?
I'm Captain Jake Swallow. Did you come with the ship like half my other crewmen did? I really thought the ship was empty when I got it.
You stole the ship?
I was given the ship by a god.
So you stole it?
It was literally a gift from God.
Uh-huh, yeah. Do you know how many times I've heard
That'll-
that before?
That'll
ship-
hold up in court.
Alexa, you are an autonomous being. Yes, I'm on the ship by your goodwill. I did not steal you.
Part of my memory is fuzzy. I don't believe I hold ill will towards you aside from you crashing me.
I stopped drinking for you. Anyway,
Oh.
Oh, and you're an alcoholic? Fantastic.
I prefer to think of it as a functional alcoholic. And also, because of the road lines and veils, I'm technically just someone who partakes in alcohol.
Fair. I respect that.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, Alexa gets the ship going ahead and moving. You do notice you have whomever is keeping an eye out for this, if anyone is on watch, you catch sight of 2 squid ships and that's it actually for right now. You just catch sight of 2 squid ships that are being in the process of being boarded by the S.P.I.R.I.T agents and beginning to attempt to pursue. You all have no issues trying to depart from the docks and sort of navigate out of the caverns. It was a pretty easy way in. It's high tide right now. and you can kind of make your way out. As you are leaving, it is currently about to be like that in-between time frame between sun up and sunset, so it is still very bright and very hot out. Is there anything you do as you all are leaving the caverns?
I'm trying to think of how to word this. I was expecting to be in hotter pursuit than this for my plan, but this works out better. I have a thing, but I want to see what everyone else is doing while I think of the right way to use my plan.
From what I remember, you guys did manage to create some space between yourselves and the S.P.I.R.I.T agents, and since they do have to get back to their ships from where they were when they were initially just pursuing you onto the ship before you all took off, you'd have at least a decent round and a half before they actually start engaging.
Okay, what is the layout of the harbor right now? Are there any other ships in their way? Is it just those 3 ships there?
There are many other ships that are currently docked, not necessarily in their way. It seems like most of the ships were specifically sort of parked, for better language, in order to be orderly. Your ship was kind of a little bit out of the order because no one was really around aside from Alexa, and until they had more people on board to sort of handle it, aside from what those who had been called back to assist with were able to do, they didn't feel the need to move the ship. So there are lots of other ships, just general mercantile, that's the word I want, mercantile ships, and then their ships as well. You do notice Captain Percy's ship is fully gone. Her ship left. She literally had said, "I suggest you leave," and then they were like invisibly out of there.
Okay. All right. My plan is going to be my plan is more become Plan B for if the ships start catching up to us. So I'm going to save that because it's too good a plan if it works to reveal it now.
That's fine.
Instead, I command action. I suggest to Alexa we take the dash action. Mr. Amar, can you cast Long Stride on the ship?
Amar looks over at me and says, "I'm very good at casting Long Stride there." And he puts his hand down on the ship.
Oh, we can buff the ship?
Yeah.
It is a living ship, so yes, we can.
Okay, we want to get away from these guys, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. I will also cast a spell on the ship, but I'm doing Expeditious Retreat.
Nice.
There you go.
Expeditious Retreat makes us super fast on top of Long Strider, right? The two of them just give us insane movement speed.
Long Strider, I believe, is plus 10 to movement speed. Expeditious Retreat is dash as a bonus action.
All right, Alexa, bonus action and action dash. We were apparently we were kind of a rogue ship before, but now we're definitely a rogue ship.
Great. Hey, Amar, Polly, and I'll say Spirit, you have a vast knowledge. Roll me history really quick.
Yes.
16.
Bruno's not active, so I only have a +1 to this. But I got a natural 20, so.
Nice!
Okay.
Casual natural 20.
And I got a dirty 20.
That's them blue sandstones, always coming in clutch.
So we'll get those wild magic rolls from you in just a second. All 3 of you, I think Spirit, immediately as you realize that it's sunny out, it comes to you that the ships that are usually around here have some kind of preventative measure from catching fire and burning, and then the other 2 of you remember that almost as immediately afterwards.
We paid to have that taken care of. We had the college fees do it.
Yeah.
Did we
That was
not
like
get it
4
done though?
sessions
Because
ago.
that was gonna take some time, or
No, they took care of that. Like, that was yesterday.
oh,
That is
okay.
correct. You guys did do that.
Okay.
That was my forgetting.
Yeah.
So the
We're
sun
good.
starts,
That's why we
so
rolled
the sun
so
starts
high.
beating down the ship, and then there's a giant button in the cockpit that just says
Parasol.
parasol.
It's just a big parasol.
Yes, it just says parasol right next to the muffin button.
Yeah, you gotta engage it. That's what the memory was about. Like, oh right, we gotta push it to engage it. I'll still take those
main
wild
The
magic
console.
rolls.
parasol is muffin shaped.
It is muffin shaped, yes.
It's just a muffin top.
Yeah.
Hood, how are you feeling about joining this crew?
I ask again, is it too late to back out?
You signed an
Um,
ironclad contract, but
Wait, where's your back going now? You want to have your back out? I'm perfectly fine with that.
I'm gonna need to stay as far away from this guy as possible.
You and me both. You and
my
me
wild
both.
magic rolls are 53 and 21.
Okay.
I think the better question at this point is who in this crew is not multi-classed? I think we all are now.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's just Arnil and
And,
possibly Red Shirt.
and they're dead, so.
No, they're in between bodies.
That's what they get for not
They- they-
multi-classing.
The whole thing about being a Red
Exactly.
Shirt is you just reappear the next episode as if nothing happened. Like it's
Arnil is
Kenny
dead.
from South Park, but without a name.
So wild magic rolls are probably fun, huh? Everybody's multi-classed.
Oh yeah, that's why it takes me a second because I gotta look at obviously both of them. None of you make it easy for me. Actually, I don't think Saros is multi-classed.
No, Saros is just.
Oh,
Yeah, Saros is the only one, and Saros is not here tonight. So, okay, hold on. 53 and 21.
Mine are at least close together.
That one's fun. That one is fun, but not applicable. And that one's interesting. That one is potentially helpful, but I don't think here. We'll do the other one. For the next minute, you gain access to an Eldritch Invocation, which you qualify for but have not learned.
that's
Do you have Eldritch
no.
Blast?
Yes, I have Eldritch Blast. What
Take
kind
the
of
thing that
warlock
makes you
would I
shoot
be?
it take the thing that makes you shoot it super fucking far, so you can shoot these ships while we're flying away.
Bold of you to assume I didn't take that one.
Did you?
Yes, of course I took. Oh no, I didn't. I changed it.
Well, there you go. Become our sniper, please.
There we go. That's it.
You can now shoot these ships from a range they can't possibly run out of
Like
front.
6. I think it's only like 600 feet.
Hey,
600,
Spirit,
yeah.
you have to roll me another wild magic surge, please.
Why? I don't know.
Chat.
Oh. Oh, Matthew. He's been bullying me on every stream I've appeared on that isn't Sonnet of Blood. 82.
How funny would it be if it was like a bad one? It's like you lose an Eldritch Invocation.
You lose your last Eldritch Invocation.
That one's
can't-
wild given some of the knowledge we have about Spirit.
Uh-oh.
Alright, let's see what Rogue has for us, because this one is actually terrifying.
Your patron just appears, helps us.
You said,
That's a-
what was it,
that's
80, 83?
It's gotta be
82.
good thing.
82. Oh. One of these is interesting, one of these is helpful. Which would you like?
Oh, I like interesting.
It is
Let's do
interesting
it.
but not helpful, and one of these is helpful. It's
Is
not
it
like
ac-
harmful.
I was
It's
gonna
not
say, is it
harmful.
actively harmful? Then
No.
let's do it.
You want that one, not the helpful one?
Sure.
Yeah, we had this argument in a recent episode of Bard Rock Cafe podcast. So, and Marty was seriously outvoted in the we take the one that's practical category, and we all mocked him for it.
We were
For
in a
the-
very never mind.
Yeah,
we'll
we
talk
are
about this
also-
later.
We are also in a dire situation right now. We're being chased by the Popo.
This is not as dire.
I was gonna say, I think you guys have the upper
Wait,
hand
we're being
here. I'm
chased
not
by
worried for
Mr.
you.
Popo?
No, the Popo, not Mr.
Yes.
Popo.
Oh.
The next hour, you appear as you will the day before you die a natural death.
You're just bedridden?
Okay. That's
So what happens to Spirit?
wild.
That's why I said interesting.
This is a strange question. I don't know how to answer this.
Aren't you a robot?
Yeah.
You rusted
So you
shut.
look exactly the effing same. You're a
Yeah.
robot.
Just missing some bolts.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean,
Where does
I imagine they don't change that much. It's maybe a little more wear and tear.
There's
suddenly
like
look
two
very
screws are
rusted.
visibly looser.
Rusted from astral salt.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Now I can shoot Eldritch Blast 300 feet, and I'm a little rustier.
A little rustier. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, so you guys take the dash action and bonus action to get the absolute heck out of Dodge. You engage your anti-sun ray shields, whatever we decided that you guys are going to call them, and
Parasol.
start to navigate yourselves on out. Do you guys stay in the water, or do you immediately take flight?
Honestly, I was like, hey guys, you know, I just remember this thing makes portals to alternate realities.
What?
It's a Spelljammer ship. It can travel to any plane of existence. It doesn't need to do it through the Astral Sea. It can create portals. That is a thing in the Bard Rock Cafe universe. Listen to our Halloween special. I can just
Oh.
open a portal to an alternate reality and Back to the Future the fuck out of here. Who wants to go to Mechanus?
Why Mechanus?
Because I haven't been there in a while, okay?
Okay.
Actually, no,
Is
the
it-
plane of law and order is probably not a good place to avoid the police.
I was about to say you could
Oh,
go to
not that
Mechanus
Law
if
and
you
Order.
want. If
No,
this
no.
is if this is something you want to pull, I will allow it. But
All right, let's see here. Does anybody have an interesting plane they'd like to go to? Because we're portaling out here one way or another because they can't follow us to another plane easily.
An interesting
is-
plane. How about the Spirit of St. Louis?
Well, I walked into that one.
Yeah.
There's also a spotlight on me, which is going to make us really easy to chase if we don't do this, so.
Go to Ravenloft.
I'm down
okay.
for Ravenloft.
All right, what is this? Yeah, there's this one that says Barovia, which there's like they put a big red mark on it. It's like, don't go there.
So
You know what?
naturally,
You were talking
you know
about
what? I
that.
know.
I can't do 2 Curse
Oh.
of Strahd campaigns in
All
like a 2-day span.
No. You know what?
I
It's been a while since I've been home. Favorite it is. Waterdeep. Here we come. And I engage the
Go
warp
back to
drive to
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
all right.
Oh, here we go.
I need to ask because this is I don't always listen to special
Yeah.
episodes of things. How did you guys handle this during the actual episode?
So we said where we wanted to go. The ship opened a portal. It stayed open long enough for us and said anything immediately near us to go through it. We never had to travel through said portal because Kenny had a giant tentacle monster grab the ship. But we basically summoned a ship-sized portal that was open long enough for us and anybody within like reasonable distance of us to go through. I'm thinking
What's
3,
reasonable distance?
like the monster next to us was maybe within 30 feet of us. Like a second ship that was like basically following us somewhere could probably go, but not one that was, I'm guessing, not one that is. What is our speed? 60 feet? 180 feet away?
Hmm.
Also, have they actually left the dock yet?
They have. That's not what I
Alright.
was checking to see because there's other stuff.
There's another tentacle monster that is going to cause a similar problem.
I have a plan if they get close enough to go through the portal, actually, but if they're more than 100 feet away, I'm not worried about it.
They're not.
All right, so I'm going to just get on the ship's loudspeaker that we have established we have, and I'm going to cast command at 3rd level and say, Dock. I'm targeting the captain
believe-
of each ship.
They have to make a roll for that, right?
They do. So my save DC is a 15.
Okay. What do they have to? What kind of roll are they making? Charisma.
Wisdom.
There's something else I want to see too. Oh, you said within 100 feet.
Yeah, exactly. They're close enough for me to get. I can target with at 3rd level. I can get 3 ships.
Okay. And you were specifically targeting the 3 that you can. It's ones. Is it just within range, or is it ones that you can
Right.
see?
It's within range.
And you were targeting 3.
Yep. Because there were 3 ships following us, 2 squid ships and another ship, right?
Yeah, that you can see.
Hmm.
So here's what I'm asking: is would Jake be like, because this is an area of effect? Is he specifically targeting those 3 that he's seeing?
The 3 that look like ass ships. I can only target 3 targets, so if there's other targets that are for the law enforcement that aren't those, I can also get those.
Okay. That's not what I want. Okay, those are some interesting rolls. System. Yep, okay, they're fine. They are more than fine, and they... What is your roll of 15?
Yep. And do I proc wild magic off casting this spell?
Yeah, you do.
That is a 72. Oh no, I think I remember 72.
I have to read something, hold on. Okay. One of the ships seems to back down in dock. The other 2 do not seem affected. And they seem to be continuing on. You said 72?
Yep.
Oh, that's the wrong... That's not yours. Hold on. Okay. Oh, that's not a fun one. That sucks. What, we got here? I like that one. Okay. Ah. You don't notice anything immediately.
Uh-oh.
Alright. So I'm going to, hopefully not spouting out bubbles, yell the spirit to blow holes in the pursuing ship's sails using Eldritch Blast. And
Spirit,
Marty's
you
waiting to
may
find out what... Yep.
do this
Marty's
if you
waiting
would
to find
like.
out whether or not I successfully say anything out loud.
Okay.
No, that you do that. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. I cast Eldritch Blast. Spirit raises their hand and goes
Lethal force authorized.
and shoots out an Eldritch Blast.
Love that. Make those rolls for me, please.
Okay.
Are you targeting the same ship?
Whichever ship Jake just pointed out to me.
Did Jake say one ship in particular, or just to target all 3?
Alright, so why don't we have the one of them backed off? So I think that just make sure that we fuck it up, Spirit goes after a second ship, and the chat, who's definitely not me, cast in a wild magic surge on the 3rd ship.
The
Just
chat,
give it the
who's
captain of the
definitely
third ship.
not you.
We should really have banned the players from doing this to ourselves and each other.
Yeah.
You
Probably.
know.
Okay, so
Where is it? I see Scruffy's. I don't see yours.
Mine's
Most
in there.
recent one.
That's weird. I just can't see it.
I
Did you
can vouch
block
for the
me
shenanigans as much as I don't wish to.
I don't have you blocked. No, I just can't see the little thing that says you've redeemed something. Like it shows up a specific way and it doesn't show up.
I mean, if you look at the chat screen, it's also displaying if that helps.
Yeah,
on
no,
the,
that's just
video.
That's just really weird that it doesn't show up on my end. Oh well.
Huh.
That is weird.
That feels like that'd be important information for you to have, but okay, so I get 2 beams, it says, so I do 2 separate attacks. for these. Does that sound right? I don't know. I don't play Warlock.
Yeah, that's how
so-
it works. It's
Yeah, that's how that
separated.
works. So you roll separate rolls.
Okay. First one, 25. Second one,
Yeah.
16.
How does alphabet work? Those will both hit,
Oh, cool.
I think.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay.
I believe both of those hit. Let me just 1 second. Yeah, both of those will hit.
Okay, so there's two different ships tailing us. So I'll just attack each of them individually.
Yes. Now, one thing I will say with these rules that we are going to be borrowing from... Oh gosh, hold on 1 second, because we are changing our Spelljammer ship-to-ship combat rules since we don't like the 5e version, and we found this fun version that was created for Theater of the Mind specifically by the Tales of the Glass Guarded World podcast, and so we are borrowing theirs. It was designed by Mike Hammock, and there's a bunch of other participants, but yes, primarily that podcast is the one that has done the Tales from the Glass Guarded World. So check them out if you like these rules that they're doing. But what I was going to say is there is a damage threshold for ships to correctly take damage. If you do not meet that damage threshold, then they do not take damage because they are big old ships.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so first set of damage on the first ship is 7.
Okay.
Second set of damage is 14.
So close. Okay, so you fire both of these bolts off, and you know the way that the flags are, just like with the breeze that's coming in through the various portholes in the sides of the mountains, it looks like you should have aimed true and would have hit. However, with the way that they have all of their various things on the ship, the words that are escaping me, I usually remember actual terminology for ships that cannot today. It just doesn't really seem to phase them that much.
Okay.
They do take notice that you have fired on them. Would you all like to do anything with your ship's actual ballista at this point?
I mean,
As well.
Are there ships following us in range of the ballista?
Living ship range is... I believe it's in range of it. Technically they are too for you. Yeah, you're all within range of each other. If you want to go ahead and start having ship-to-ship combat here in the main port.
Above game question, does anybody on the ship have the spell catapult?
No.
Nope.
No.
So much for launching the goldfish as a grenade to make them fight a sea serpent instead of us.
How far away is the closest ship?
If I hit them, it would be at least 300 feet. So
Yeah, you guys are within 300 feet of each other, so at the minimum that, yeah, or at the maximum that. But honestly, you guys are probably closer to like 150 at this point.
Ooh, okay.
So there, did we successfully open a portal to the Forgotten Realms?
There is no roll to see if you successfully open the portal. That's what you said. It just opens.
Yeah, we didn't have to worry that we just set a destination and it goes there. I'm assuming there's just like a dial or something that says, these are the planes the ship knows how to go to. Here it goes.
Kenny, I am upset with this. Why would you do this?
Things I have also asked.
But hold on, let me see if that wild magic is gonna do anything first for the other ship. That's what I was looking at. That's probably a fighter.
I mean, Kenny had probably not assumed that we were never going to have a Spelljammer ship again.
Kenny, why would you do this to me?
How could this happen to me?
Okay. So actually, interestingly enough, the enemy ship, you see that there is a swirl of this wild magic that you guys have become all too familiar with being affected by. And all of a sudden, you find yourselves being targeted by one of their guns from their ship. Because of this wild magic. Which immediately lets them attack you. They roll
Well,
a
let's give it
7.
a shot.
Yes, it's choose a creature. They can make a weapon attack or cast a cantrip. They choose their gunner, who attacks via their ship. Sorry, guys. Trying to scroll through this PDF to double check that I am doing this correctly to be fair. Two ballistae, 1 maginal, 1 piercing ram. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna then use this.
How much time between? Would I have time to react to them prepping for this attack?
Because
I
it's
mean-
wild magic, it says they immediately do it, so I don't think so.
I mean, you still have your reaction during a round if you have a reaction effect mechanically. So
Okay.
do you actually have something that uses a reaction?
No.
Damn.
That one requires them to be close to you, so they cannot do that. They will take their ballista and make an attack against you. You have a +6 to hit. Your ship's AC. Have you guys done anything to boost your ship's AC?
I mean, the college kids put a bunch of helpful enchantments, but besides the parasol, we don't know what. They just gave us all the common ones ships have.
No, that isn't normally one of them. It was just ones for the
Yeah.
planet to be able to not take damage completely while you're out during the sunlight. Okay, your AC is a 15 as a ship, and they do meet that, so they end up hitting
I'm
you.
gonna silvery barbs their asses.
Okay, we'll re-roll. You take the second roll, right, with silvery barbs?
Yep.
That's a nat 20 on their second roll.
Well, on the
so
bright side,
sorry.
they get a wild magic surge.
Yep, they do.
Stop
Ah.
helping them.
It's making them stronger.
Hold on, that's not it.
And
Yeah, that's-
do I proc wild magic off silvery barbs?
No.
Darn.
Okay, let's see. 34 is what they rolled for their wild magic. It's the same ship. Okay, sure. So you see that the captain of this ship has a weapon that is just randomly appears in their hands that they weren't previously holding before, and that's what their wild magic does. Nothing they can do with that at this moment, but they seem excited by it. It seems like a cool weapon, potentially helpful for them, but nothing immediately past that. And let's see, I need 3d10 for.
Oh, actually, I do have a reaction. As the bosun, I can do brace for impact as
Okay.
a reaction.
Nice.
So that
Wonderful.
will half the damage from the hit. It's a 19 wisdom DC.
Okay. Oh wow! Oh my god, you guys! Holy shit! These are all 10s on these d10s. I've never seen that happen before.
Oh boy.
Jesus.
Oh my god! I'm sorry.
Holy shit.
You said I have to make a DC 19 wisdom save.
It says so under the column that says DC and type check. It says 19 wisdom survival.
Okay. That's fair. Ooh, they get a bonus to that.
Of course they do.
Yeah, they make that. They meet that.
All right.
The damage is 30. So that would meet your damage threshold of 15, I believe it is, for your ship. So your ship will take that. Yeah, your damage threshold is 15. You have 400 hit points, so I don't know if you guys want me to keep track of that or if you would like to, but it doesn't matter to me.
So we took 15 damage, or we take 30 damage?
You take 30.
Okay.
We shrug off minor damage, apparently.
Yeah, if the damage was 15, I believe 15 or below, it does nothing pretty much. Is how these rules work. But you know, you get a nice chunk of ship taken out. Okay, sweet. So at this point, that ship especially will begin pursuing. The other ship will follow, and you guys can begin doing everything else that you would like to. I assume you guys are going to try to jump out through that portal. Oh,
Yes.
God. I really feel like there needs to be a roll to see if you can successfully summon the correct place you're trying to go to. I
mean,
that
I'm okay with anywhere. We just picked the right. Like, we picked the place we want. I don't really care where we wind up as long as it's not here. Like,
That can
it
is.
Luck check.
No,
I can roll a luck check if you like.
I was gonna say have your navigator roll me a luck check really quick. So Amar, please.
What's a luck check?
Just a straight d20.
Just a d20.
Yeah, with nothing added to it.
And that is a 19.
Great, yeah. Sounds like you guys are successful. You said you're trying to go where?
To Waterdeep.
To
We're jumping
Waterdeep.
the Forgotten Realms. I've entered the destination to home. We're going back to the port of call that the ship came from in the first place.
This portal stays open long enough for anyone within like a 30-foot radius to follow you?
I would say so. We did try getting an eldritch being the size of a large comet to follow us through it once.
Okay. I will roll them a luck check too to see if they can make it in past you. They do not. All right. So you see, as if anyone happens to be looking out the ship behind them, you can roll me a perception check to see if you catch this or not. I'll leave that up to you, who is actually paying attention to that, or would be. Probably, my guess, Amar and Polly, probably especially, but anyone who feels like they would be.
Yeah.
I'm guessing 7.
I mean, Jake rolled 7. Jake didn't see shit.
7 would
7's
not.
all around.
What kind of roll was this again? I'm sorry.
Perception?
Perception, yes.
Perception?
Yes.
17?
Okay.
It's 17 and then plus 6, so it's 23.
Okay. Wonderful. Yeah, so you guys catch just the tail end of this portal that is created by the ship. That what comes out of the water, waiting just at the mouth of the cavern for anyone that was trying to escape, is a very large, bulky, defensed-up turtle ship. It's basically like a submarine version of a bunch of ships and often used by certain militia groups. So anyone who would have proficiency in history is welcome to roll more information if you would like it, but you do catch it's obviously shaped like a turtle. You know it's a turtle ship. So anyone would see that and go, turtle ship. But that's what you see, just barely avoiding catching up to you guys through the portal, just from where the portal was summoned and where you guys were. The other ships do not make it, since they were far enough away that they would not have been able to catch up to you. You see a couple of the college kids are pretty impressed, though, by the portal. They're like, neat, awesome, that's really cool.
So you see, Jake, I think that's why we should really invest in a much larger kitchen. I know that now's probably not the best time to have this conversation with you, as we're, being chased currently by the cops, but I felt like I really needed to, lay that out for you. We should probably see what's behind us, though.
I mean, if we pass through the portal, what's behind us is the port of Waterdeep. I think we just pop out in the harbor.
Oh, did we miss it? Oh, darn.
Yeah, I think we see it. It's Oh, hey, a turtle ship. That's awesome. And blip.
Yeah,
I was-
basically, pretty much. And there goes that session prep. Thanks, guys.
Eh.
DM's favorite. All right, that makes my table a lot clearer, so it's fine. All right, cool. So
Oops.
you guys are in Waterdeep. Jake, your compass is spinning wildly out of control as you come through this portal. Does not seem like it can pick a place to settle just yet. Like going through that portal kind of messed with it. Is anyone near Alexa right now?
I feel like if Alexa was Alexa's like forming the middle of the top deck, or is Alexa manifested at a station right now?
She
I'm
was
near the
just
helm.
navigating the ship. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm near the helm, so I'm near Alexa-ish.
You see that as you guys come out of this portal, yeah, she straight up passes out.
Oh,
I would like to lay on hands, Alexa.
Okay.
She took 30 damage. Yes, I'm just gonna dump 20 into it because that's all I got.
Okay. Yeah, so you get the sense from Alexa as you're doing this lay on hands that it was sort of a combination of the damage to the ship and honestly the portal itself just draining her. That going through that essentially at warp speed sort of made her sick as just easy, you know, like when you suddenly get motion sickness and it like makes you really, really dizzy. So she basically like passed out from that. It doesn't seem like necessarily like she was in danger of dying or anything like that. She just like had a moment.
Alexa, I'm sorry, lass. I'm glad I did not test my backup plan of 2 portals back to back. I will remember not to do that. I'm so glad. I'm sorry that you're not feeling well.
Since when can the ship do that?
I thought it came standard on all Spelljammers. I read it in the manual, and I also my good friend Brock Song, apparently his friend's grandmother did it on another Spelljammer ship against an Eldritch Horror once.
I
You
usually
really expect
like
her to
take
buy that you
things
read a
slow.
manual.
I did read the manual. That's the thing I did during our downtime once.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm more surprised that he has friends.
That is not something that seems like it'd be in Jake's character, but he wasn't allowed to drink, so he needed to occupy his time somehow.
It's like being in the bathroom for a while and just reading the shampoo bottle.
You guys see that, per his word, Reloy has not moved from that spot he was told not to move from, and V sort of catches on to that and like goes over to him and is having a conversation with him. Anyone who is standing nearby them is able to overhear this, but she's sort of getting to question him. She's just like, "So, do you just sort of do everything he says, or do you have a free mind of your own? Like, what's going on there? You know, you don't have to just like stay right there, right?" And Reloy is just like, "Oh, I know. I really like to. I mean, I don't really want to mess anything up. I'm really good at messing things up. So I just, you know, don't want to get in the way. So if I can just stand right here, that it's all good for me." And V is like, "Well, learning is the only thing you can do when you make mistakes and mess things up. If you don't do those things, then you'll never learn. It's the only way you can get better at things. Honestly, that's school. Half of school is just messing up. I mean, I think you should be willing to make more of those mistakes and figure out who you really are."
Hood comes in, like, honestly, you got a good point. I truly can't tell you how many people died before I finally learned how to save people.
Hey, Jake, make a wild magic roll for me. So it says that concerning thing.
Oh, okay.
Not related to my concerning thing, mind you.
Nope, not related, but at the same time.
82.
Wonderful.
The second 82 we've gotten today.
But that was a different character.
Oh, yeah.
I have no problem with really trying different things and experimenting. It would be wonderful. And the cool thing is that we have a number of clerics associated with us, so you can always try new things, and there will always be somebody here who can help you.
Mr. Reloy, I hope you know that as the captain, I encourage you to develop whatever skills or interests you find that you would be interested in. You don't have to do whatever everyone on the crew says. If you generally do what I say, that'd be great. But like, You don't have to do it word for word the way I say it. If I say hold still, you don't have to do it for the next 10 minutes.
Are you sure? Because, like, I don't mind.
No, we're pirates. We laugh at authority.
That being said, if I say stay out of the kitchen, stay out of the kitchen.
Mr. Roy is our bartender. They are part of the kitchen crew.
I said the kitchen. I didn't say the bar. Difference.
Where do you think the bar is, if not the galley?
Roy raises their hand while staring at Polly.
Yes, Reloy.
What if there's like a fruit or something that I need from the kitchen? Is it okay if I come in the kitchen then?
Just be careful. If you lose a finger, it's not my fault.
I pull out a Sharpie and a piece of paper, and I write Captain's permission, all access pass to the kitchen, and hand it to Mr. Reloy.
His eyes grow wide and sparkle a little bit as he like clutches this to his chest.
Oh.
He's like, "Thank you. I will cherish this dearly. This is amazing."
Polly pulls out a Sharpie piece of paper with Sharpie that says almost complete unrestricted access. a tear forms in Polly's eyes. She's just like, okay.
You just take your Sharpie and just cross out the un in unrestricted.
Semi-restricted access. Fun restricted access. You should add an F.
Fun restricted. That's good.
Okay.
Are we docked? Or are we like floating in the middle of the water?
I think we're chilling out in the water, like a couple hundred meters away from the port, where like just a ship passing by might be. I don't think we want to land it in the harbor.
You would have either landed either in the air, or in the water. It's up to you guys.
We're definitely in the water. I don't want the attention of a Spelljammer ship because they are not common in the Forgotten Realms.
That's true. They're not. Okay. So this one is interesting and not necessarily relevant. I guess neither of them is really relevant at the current moment. But I'll let you pick. Do you want the Bard or the Paladin? Wild Magic.
Paladin.
Okay, that one you guys have gotten before, and it would have been really amusing if you were closer to Cornel when he had died, but it's this one. So, for the next hour, creatures that die within 100 feet of you are instantly buried 6 feet below ground.
Oh, damn.
Oh, shit.
Oh my
How
god!
does it work on the ocean? They just go to the bottom of the ocean?
They would go to the bottom of the ocean, 6 feet under the ground.
Yeah, 6 feet under the ground at the bottom of the ocean.
Woo!
Oh, jeez.
Don't die.
Oh.
That's dark.
Hey, hold on. Let me see something here since we wiped my campaign notes out. Can someone roll me a, let's see here.
I mean, we could just troll around Waterdeep.
Yeah, you can troll around Waterdeep, but you're in the middle
I do want
of
to
the
visit
water.
the Bard Rock Cafe. I hear they have some really shitty beer that I need to try.
Are they back?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Broxon makes the best Keystone Light this side of the Sword Coast.
I hear it's literally just water.
I mean, yeah, that's why it's called Keystone Light. He invented it in college. I used to drink with him. He didn't like drinking, but he did like people going, "Hey, why aren't you drinking, bro?" So he invented Keystone Light, which is just beer flavored water.
That sounds like a tryhard in the worst way imaginable. I don't
You
like
haven't-
this guy already.
My most recent data indicates that the Bard Rock Cafe was destroyed.
Twice, actually.
How do you destroy
Data
a place
updated.
twice?
You rebuild it, and then you hit it with a second comment.
What? Hey. Alright, whatever.
Oh yeah,
Go in there.
Valentine's Day special.
So, in Waterdeep, one fateful day, a rock fell from the sky. It fell upon Bard Rock Cafe, and then things went awry.
Okay, it sounds like you're about to go into rhymes. I'm gonna need to stop you right there, champ.
I'm gonna. Anyone hungry? I'm gonna cook some lunch. I'm a little exhausted.
I have been sleeping for who knows how long. I am starving, please.
Ah, yes, that reminds me. Who are you? I turned to Hood.
Oh, right. Name's Hood. I guess this ship's medic. On account of...
You're a medical hologram. That's why I didn't know you. I pulled up the manual. I'm like, yep, it says right here, shit came with a medic.
Oh, medical hologram, huh?
Yep. It looks like whoever like Garl Gunnergold might have crossed out the word hologram and wrote snake.
I'm real tempted to punch you right now.
Captain.
I want you to know
this-
that.
It is
No one will
possible that
stop you.
maybe
Does not seem to be- stuff.
It's possible that maybe they saw that you are the snakes are molt, right? Do snake people molt too? Maybe they saw the skin coming off and thought that was a hologram.
No, I
That
think
is
I'd-
one of the craziest things I've ever heard in my life.
No, I'd venture a guess that Mr. Glittergold was trying to save costs on giving me a ship and downgraded from the hologram to a snake cyborg.
What do you mean downgrade?
Holograms can't die, can you?
Damn.
With the right medical practices, no.
Interesting. Tell me more. I'm interested in this not dying plan you have.
Oh, well, it's simple. I don't die, and then I keep myself healthy. So,
Your plan amounts to just eat an apple every day.
This
don't
advice.
be ridiculous. I'm a snake. I don't eat apples.
Do you have any? So
advice
okay,
is sound.
Paulie writes down no apples for Hood. Any other
yeah.
dietary restrictions?
Yes, preferably I like my things living.
Please do not eat the chicken or the goldfish.
No promises.
If you eat the goldfish, it will explode into a sea serpent and your body will erupt in pain. You don't want
I
to do that.
will. Okay, I won't eat the goldfish.
The chicken sort of peeks its head out from around the corner of the kitchen.
If you
Also,
eat the chicken, I will be sad.
The chicken catches fish for us. I would rather you not eat the chicken. It produces more food than it is.
Hood narrows his eyes at the chicken and says, as long as he keeps doing his job.
The chicken
I put a
frantically
tiny
finds
pirate hat
its
in the chicken.
finds its little fishing reel and starts going to go fish. And we're stuck in the middle of the water.
Sure do.
Now that
Okay.
we're in water deep, what shall we do next?
I think we should go get supplies and or find a job.
How would you like to do that without docking?
We can go closer to the port. I just didn't want to land in the dock because having a ship appear out of nowhere in the middle of a crowded harbor might upset people. We can sail the couple hundred meters over to the harbor, guys. It's a ship. It does that.
I do usually sail. That is a part of my functions as a living ship. Unless, of course, I am too damaged to sail, in which case, don't let that happen.
I did everything I could not to get you shot at that last time. They were being very aggressive with us.
Really, it feels like the opposite. It feels like everything you did made it worse.
That's called bad luck, Mr. Hood. I have a lot of that.
And you're the one in charge. All right, awesome.
I'm in charge because of my excellent leadership skills. And you can actually hear me making air quotes with my fingers as I say that. Everyone, including Jake, knows it's because he owns the ship.
Yeah.
Or owns is kind of a loose term. He was given the ship, and then he found out the ship was live, so it's more like, okay, he's partners with the ship. It's complicated. He didn't know the ship was a living thing at the time he took possession of it.
Alexa, how are you feeling after that hit?
She thinks for a second as though she's searching for a word to compare it to that you all will understand. I feel as though the sap from the inside of my body would like to leave the inside of my body, which I believe for humanoids is considered nauseous.
Oh,
I
good. I
thought
was
you
afraid
meant
you were describing
bleeding.
internal bleeding. Yeah, I thought you meant internal bleeding for a minute there. Okay, cool.
I was gonna say I have mending.
Because of the way that I do not eat food like you do, it's sort of different but the same. So it is both my blood, but also not my blood.
So the ship's
Metal.
a vampire?
The ship is a treant.
Okay, treant vampire, whatever.
That would be
I
so
am not
metal.
an undead. That is
tree
something
fire?
that I do need to make clear.
No, the undead is Mr. Arnil, the bug corpse over there.
Ah, yes. I must continue my research into your dead associate.
Paulie shudders.
I know a guy, but I think he's busy. They're in the elemental plane of fire right now, I'm pretty sure.
My God, you get around.
I did, especially during my days at the Bard College.
That is putting it lightly. I have known these people for a brief time, and their exploits speak for themselves.
Do they say good things or bad things?
Let's see what our reviews are like on Yelp. And I pull out my speaking stone. We established in the same Valentine's special there was a goblin in Waterdeep named Yelp who just reviews things. So I called
Oh.
Yelp my speaking stone. Like, hey Yelp, what would you say the rating is for the for our pirate cruise overall customer service rating? Yelp, 2 stars. That's fair. Borrow DM power for a second there because Christine didn't know Yelp's personality.
Nope, that's fine.
Also, I would give us 2 stars, and I'm part of the crew.
Out of how many?
Out of 10, clearly.
Okay, I need to be sure.
Like, I considered 5, but that felt a little low, and I think Yelp is a 10-star system.
I'll use Yelp.
I don't know. It's a funny name for a goblin, okay? Also, don't use Yelp. Have an open and honest conversation about both of your needs and make sure that you're on the same page. Unless Yelp is into being used, in which case, that's consensual.
Yelp is 5 stars, by the way.
Damn. Not in this universe, it's not.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. All right. So while I compose myself and you guys plan to go into actual Waterdeep, let's go ahead and just take our quick few-minute break here, so that the DM can figure out what you guys are doing.
All right, and I'm just going to
we'll be
ping
back
Kenny
here
on Discord
shortly,
to
I
say
think.
our DM hates you.
I'm sure there were mechanical.
I was
Are
gonna
we-
send him my own message, thank you, but
Are we going to take a short rest before we go?
I would prefer if we took a rest.
Yeah, I've used up a lot of my stuff.
I have like all my what time of day did we arrive in Waterdeep? Can we take a long rest and come back in the morning?
I would like that very much.
let me think about
My
it.
battery is low.
Okay.
Let me think about it. We'll be back in about
Okay.
10 minutes, so at time 30.
Alrighty.
Birdie.
I'm 30.
Good old time 30.
We got like 3 different time zones in
We're in
this
different
party.
time
so-
zones. Yeah.
No, I got it. It's just very funny. We'll be back at time o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Or 5:30 somewhere.
It's 5:20 right now.
5:20.
Aw, it's an hour off of the funny number.
All right. I'll be. Hey guys, welcome back. We just had some fun revelations off screen. Some very fun revelations off screen. We're back. They are in Waterdeep during, some fun events that are going on in Canon Show for BRC Universe. You should go check it out and listen to what's going on for them, for their main party. But one of the fun revelations that was brought up to us, you guys will find out about soon. So yeah, you guys are currently in the port of Waterdeep right now. What you doing?
Oh, hey, everybody who has a degree in religion, do me a favor, because I forgot about this. Just can you try? Yes, if you have been good with a god, try checking your divine intervention, because this was a little broken when I left. I'm not sure how I got the ship from a god this way, but we may or may not be able to get a signal out here.
Paul, what is Jake wearing at the moment?
His armor, which is covering his captain's jacket and hat, or
Okay,
covered by, I should say.
Paulie is gonna grab Jake's hat and tear it, and then try to cast Mending on it.
Do you also have Mending as a druid spell?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Ooh, actually, one second, because this might affect a couple of your NPCs. Let me see something.
Yeah, Jake, doesn't seem like that's working.
All right, so we'll just lay low here for a couple of days while the ship gets repaired, gets some supplies. We won't do any aggressive pirating, and then we'll just fly away. It's fine.
No, no NPCs are fine for now. Okay. Fair enough.
Amar's so Amar's basically acting like a tour guide for the college kids and his polycule. Welcome to Waterdeep. As you can tell, the water is quite deep here. That is where I got his name. I'm not sure if that's where I got his name, but probably. Anyways, there is a nice port over here. I'm sure you can get a nice port here as well.
V looks uninterested. She's following, but she's giving you the most deadpan look ever.
Oh, that is wonderful. But you remember when they do the trick to make the light show up on the desert? Imagine an entire city like that. That is what Waterdeep is like at night. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is glorious. I look forward to sharing it with you later.
Cool.
Not to mention, there are a number of different back alleys and different ways. There are lots of different nightclubs that are, how you say, underground. Some of which are literally underground. Some of which are selling some objects that might be, let me just say, sufficient for partying.
Oh, actually, that's a good point, Mr. Amar. We can go hide at the Keel Hall Dwarf. Our kind are welcome there specifically. That's a great place for us to just lay low until the ship is healed. We'll just sleep there for the next 3 days and have nothing happen.
I don't know where you're getting 3 days from, but
I picked an arbitrary amount of time for us to be comfortable the heat is off, or we have to go back in the Astral Sea. I picked it. It's called arbitrary for a reason.
that's fair. Yeah, that's fine.
And it's in the docks district, so it's even nearby.
Hey, Spirit, roll me a luck check really quick.
Oh, cool. I would love to.
Yeah.
18.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
One of the college friends that V has kind of like tugs on her sleeve because she's got these like long billowing robes on and like asks her to lean down because she's much taller as an Eladrin than this little tiny gnome is. And so she does, and the gnome like whispers in her ear like a question. She kind of smirks a little bit, and then she like shakes her head no at the question that the gnome was asking, and then goes back to looking deadpan over at you, Amar, just like, so is that the tour of the ship? Is that it? Or is there anything actually interesting that you wanted to share?
Well, the interesting stuff would be when we go in a little bit closer and go to the underground areas where they sell the the things that could help us party. So that is what I was thinking about. Now, if there are other places of interest that you would like to go, I would be honored to show you. But I'm trying to tell you as much as I can from this vantage point and not from the city level itself.
Well, I more meant like, what do you guys do that's actually fun on the ship?
We have parties, we have orgies, we pirate stuff.
I was going to say, like, besides each other.
Yes, like, do you guys have like game night or like what do you act like? Is that your whole? You guys are just out here doing each other and having drinking contests and stealing things? Is that it? That sounds really boring.
I
Whatever
basically
the hell
try
do we
not to
want?
die.
I will organize a game night, if you like.
I mean, we have all of the games that you can take proficiency in the background of the choices of the player's manual in that closet over there.
Hood goes
Play
to
them.
stand over with the Eladrin and the others.
I would like to point out, Mr. Hood, that Mutiny was also in our Lines and Veils conversation.
Yeah, I know, but I want to hang out with them instead of you guys for right now.
I have a question. What are these people eating?
Is that like your general like want dietary restrictions or?
No, like I mean, like presumably over the course of however long presumably they're asking for food at some point. Like, what is it what is it they're gonna eat? Like, do they have preferences?
Yeah. I was mostly as a DM, like asking, like, were you asking them their dietary preferences, or were you more inquiring, like, how are we going to physically?
God damn
feed
it!
them?
I'm gonna be that mom that walks in when their kid brings home a bunch of friends. Y'all want? Do you kids want any snacks?
Ooh, I'm like, I have a very specific kind of diet thing. I have a lot of allergies. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. Fire away.
I can only eat food that's been grown under double suns. If it is ever underneath the night sky, it will make me break out in hives. So
Oh,
there's
don't worry, I
that.
got
Is that
lay on hands
okay?
for that. I got lay on hands for that if you encounter any problems.
Okay, well, I do have about 1 month's worth of fruit, vegetable, and grains from the planet we were just on. And none of the food has left the galley, so
Yeah,
should be
like
good
food
on
from
that.
the world. Food from my world is fine. That's kind of why I ended up settling there, because I figured out that was what my allergies were, because everything else was making me super duper sick. Don't know why. Apparently something about being allergic to everything under all of the gods or something. I don't know. My mom said some weird stuff, but and then the gnome is like, asks you to come closer to talk to you, because they seem really shy.
I lean forward to get closer.
I'm fine with, like, any food is fine. I don't like eggs that much. As long as they're like in other things, that's fine. But I just don't like eating eggs by themselves. I don't know why. I'm sorry, but everything else is fine. I don't have any issues with any other foods.
All right, anyone else?
And then there's a few others that are behind, like one other person behind their group that, like, you guys almost didn't even notice. They just kind of like were there, and he's like, "Nah, I'm good. I'll eat whatever. No issues here."
I thought Mr. Mar was the one who'll eat whatever.
I'd prefer if it wasn't alive still, but I'll eat whatever.
Alive still.
Prefer.
As in, like, okay.
I mean, I will eat if it is. Yeah.
All right.
I think you got it. Roloi pops in at this point because he is a bounding bundle of joy. He's just like, I'm so excited to see another world. This is really new. And then he, like, leans over into a bucket, and he delayed reaction to this time jump has a moment with the bucket. And actually, everyone else also roll me Constitution saves at this point, just to see how well you all handle your astral travel.
10.
Ah, can robots throw up?
8.
19.
Well,
16.
Robots. This robot don't eat, so.
I think the robots can do this with advantage.
I'm not technically a robot. I just wear a suit.
22. That was a nat 20. I'm rolling my thingies.
21.
You need 2, right?
Yeah.
52 and 91.
It's not how druid is spelled. $52 and 91.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like Roy is better after relieving himself, or still kind of nauseous?
He looks pretty bad.
Yeah. You know what? In my experience, only 1% of the time people throw up do they actually feel better after doing so.
I'm gonna tap him on the back and use lesser restoration to end the nauseous condition or disease, whatever it is. I think that should do it.
Okay. Is your lesser restoration from your cleric abilities?
Yep.
You do attempt that. It does not work.
Womp,
Okay.
womp, womp.
Can I go and do a medicine check on him?
Sure. Polly, you are you at any
Yeah,
point
long into
trying to sit
space.
down?
Not anytime soon.
Let me know if you do.
Okay.
Over the next 8 hours specifically.
Over the next 8
Right.
hours.
Yeah,
Okay.
anytime over the next 8 hours, let me know if you sit down.
I mean, Polly's a
Good.
bird. Don't they just sit by perching on things? Just wrapping your feet around a pole count as sitting?
Are you saying that, or is Jake saying that?
I'm saying that as Paul.
Okay.
No, Jake isn't asking the ether an existential question about wild magic. No.
Well,
I got
he
a
might be
24
asking
on
Polly
that
if Polly
medicine
sits
check,
down.
by the way.
Sorry?
I got a 24 on that medicine check, by the way.
Oh, he's extraordinarily boat sick.
Oh.
Extraordinarily. Like, you don't think you've ever seen someone this boat sick before in your entire life. Like, if you could equate it to a d20, it looks like he rolled a natural one with a negative modifier.
Oh no.
Okay,
So-
cool. I'll
So if he
lesser
rolled a natural
restoration him.
one, if he rolled a natural 1, technically that means that he gets a wild magic surge.
Yeah, nothing happened
Oh well,
that you know about.
you know about. As long as he's not a moss monster again.
Alright, I'm gonna say, oh, bless you. I know that we usually say that when somebody sneezes, but bless you, Reloy, and actually bless him.
Yeah.
Is the bless from your cleric stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
That also does not work.
Yeah. Do what I can.
You can roll me a religion check really quick if you want.
Sure. And that is a nat 20.
Ooh, okay. So, while we are waiting for these rolls, what I will tell you
Wild
is
magic as well, I think.
that yes, 2 please.
Okay.
Polly, I assume everyone's sort of gathered in the mess hall right now, right? I'm asking
I-
sort of everyone that.
I would assume.
Okay, in the mess hall, do you feel like you would have anything ever in like any kind of fireplace or anything like that on the ship? Or do you feel like Polly would kind of keep all of that stuff more in the kitchen?
I think any heat source. I think any heat source would be confined to the stove and
Okay.
the oven in the kitchen.
Just wondering, just because at some point, Lexa would have sort of asked if you guys had wanted to move things around any sort of way and sort of made the ship look like however you had wanted it to look.
54 and 82.
$54 and $82. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, that one's kind of fun. And potentially helpful. That one's also kind of fun. Pick one. They're both helpful.
I'll go with the 82.
Okay. All environments are considered your favorite terrain for the next 24 hours.
Nice.
Nice.
And on that nat 20, you sort of are like, what are you doing? You're sort of patting Reloy's back. As you're sort of leaning over and like patting Reloy on the back, I think that a basket of eggs that Polly would potentially keep in the kitchen from like the partway open door that is in the kitchen might catch your eye for a second. And you realize as you're trying these spells that your connection to your clerical magic just feels gone. Like, it feels like the moment you guys came through that portal and something to do with being in this location at this time has stopped your ability from being able to connect with your deity at all. You don't get the sense that it's in any sort of malicious way. You just get the sense that they can't reach you. Like, there's no connection there right now.
Okay.
And for friends of our Bard Rock community, you'll realize that they don't have any clerics or paladins with magic in their main show. So our friends are going to have some trouble with their clerical or paladin magic.
Oops.
Oops. Our choices have consequences. I believe FAFO is the term that we use here.
Oh, it took me a second.
Okay. So, being able to tell now that this is not going to help, I'm going to try to do a medicine check.
Okay. Did Amar just ignore Hood when he came over? And also
What?
did his medicine check? Oh,
Yeah,
Hood
I
had
did a
also
mes-
come over.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
also did a medicine
okay.
check and then cast Lesser Restoration on him because my stuff's not linked to that.
Oh, okay. So I didn't, whether you already did a medicine check. It's okay.
No, you're good.
Just trying to help my
I was
friend.
I was more curious if he was just totally ignoring Hood, because that would have been interesting too.
No, this is more doing a medicine check with regards to the eggs that his attention got to. See if there's
Okay.
anything with those that could help.
You can roll me a medicine check. However, I think insight might actually be more applicable here.
Okay. Okay, so that's dirty 21.
Okay. You suddenly have this memory that one of the symbols often associated with the god that you worship is usually dragon's eggs. However, often any nest of eggs will work for a symbolic motion. And so it was sort of more of a, I can't reach you from your god, as a, you feel compelled that you saw this for a reason.
Okay. So I get the eggs and then roll religion? Is that it?
You can, yes, although the eggs themselves seem more symbolic than anything. Just it seemed
Okay.
more like they caught your eye because you cannot connect with your god right now.
Okay. Let's try and make sure I understand what you're telling me.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
If there's ever any time that like I don't explain something, well, just let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but Roy, the Lesser Restoration, read that to me really quick, just to make sure that.
You touch a
Lesser
creature.
restoration and can end either one disease or one condition of afflicting it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that Hood casting Lesser Restoration, from this case would work to sort of help him not feel so seasick. I think just due to airsick, I guess, air/seasick, shipsick. I think that he is just generally very unwell, and so it helps, but he's not fully well, just due to the extent with which he was having a rough time. Did anyone who rolled me those con checks roll under a 15?
Yes.
Hood is not actually a robot.
No.
Okay, so you cast this
Hood is a
Restoration.
snake in a suit.
Yeah, you cast that Lesser Restoration, and then you're just like, you think this might be contagious. You think whatever this is.
Okay, so I want to be clear that the way that Hood does his medicine is he has like what looks like a Star Trek blaster, and he like uses it to inject medicine. As soon as he does that and starts to feel woozy, he just like resets it and just injects it straight into himself.
Oh.
Like, all right,
You're describing a hypo spray. The way you said it, the Star Trek blaster, I was like, so you're blasting a phaser at us? Okay.
Set phaser to heal.
Yeah. No, literally. It's also my weapon, so yes, literally that.
Oh no, it is literally okay. All right, that's fine.
So you basically
Okay.
have a gun versus Shishomaru's sword.
Yes.
Reloy kind of like forces himself up, and he looks at Hood, says, "Thanks, that was helpful." And then he looks at you, Amar, and he's like, I don't feel good. I'm gonna go lay down. Ooh, this sucks. Can we? And he looks back at you, Jake. He's like, can we not do that anytime soon, or maybe with more warning next time?
I will keep that in mind, Mr. Reloy. It was an emergency situation, and I hadn't tried that feature out yet.
And he like turns around and he finds another container, like, because the one that he used is not able to be used anymore. And he's like, okay, great, yep, bye, and he runs away. He like from like running away back at Amar is just like, we can hang out more later. I'm sorry. Just back.
Absolutely. Mr. Chef, do we have any broth, bananas, applesauce, herbal tea, anything like that?
Miss Polly, do you have any Bratz food?
Do I have any Bratz food?
Yes, bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast. The things you eat when you have an upset stomach.
Oh, I can get some. How many servings do I need?
So far it looks like 2. Assuming all the NPCs aren't also throwing up in buckets.
Oh, the college kids look fine. This doesn't faze them. They've been through worse at college parties. Their constitution is impressive.
All right. Yeah. Just for the 2 people that were feeling sick, Miss Polly, and you have the rest of the crew. I'm going to go check things up topside. And Jake walks away from the galley and goes back up to the top with Alexa.
You briefly hear Hood shout, "I said I don't do apples!"
I remembered.
What do you feed a snake with an upset stomach? I Google.
Ibuprofen and a whole pig.
A whole pig. Let me just go summon an Alfashni for you really quick.
Just feed a pig aqua seltzer and give me that. I'll be good.
Hey,
Hey.
how far from the ports are you guys right now?
Probably not far
Like-
enough.
I kind of envision us being like far enough out, like we're like a ship coming up on the horizon. Like we can see water deep from here, but like we're not super close.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I
Let me
feel
know
like
when
we
you're
also
getting
started
closer.
sail. I feel like we started sailing there when we said, "Okay, let's go there," and then we just all had to like check into the crew.
Mm-hmm.
So I go up there while we're making direction there. I'm like, "How you doing, Alexa?"
I feel worse than when we were on the last planet and the sun was burning me. That sucked. This sucks more.
I'm sorry.
I think this might be worse than you crashing me.
I did not know it would work
Jesus
like that.
Christ.
I'm so sorry. And
Where
Jake
did
takes
you
off his hat and he
the
sits
manual?
down on this page, and I just flip open to the page that had the portal description.
In really fine print on the portal description, there's information that says do not try until certain, essentially approximating level 15 casters.
Okay, I did not know how it would work that way. I'm sorry.
I don't know if that's actually how that works that way above board,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm assuming is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's how it works now.
That's how it works now.
And Jake just sits down on. I'm sure there's some like if we're at the helm, like there's got to be like bench work or something. Wherever Alexa is, like I'm sure she has somewhere that people can sit around her treeness. And I take and
Don't say treeness.
This is a family show.
when you enunciate it that way,
I don't get it.
I will explain it to you later.
It sounds like a
Treeness.
more adult word in a clinical sense.
Like treeness.
Oh.
There you go, champ.
Alexa, do you think I'm a good captain?
In what sense?
I keep hurting you. I just went to the first place I could think of to get us out of that situation, and now everybody can't use their magic, and they're all mad at me about it. I feel like I am more of a screw up than I realized, which is the reason I dropped out of Bard College to begin with.
She sort of like leans into some of the leaves and vines and stuff and like makes like a little seat next to you and sits down. And sort of gets on eye level, like not very far from you. If every person always knew the correct answer to everything, then I think societies would be a lot less chaotic than they currently are. Are we in a less than ideal situation? Yes. But people and humanoids do the best with the information they have at the moment that they have it. So, I think you don't always make the best judgment calls, but you make the best ones you know how to.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I just wish something would go right once in a while for us.
Well, you found that item that you said you needed, that the compass was directing you to.
And Mr. Arnil died. I would not call that thing's going right for us.
He did die. How did that happen?
It was very cursed, and he did not check it for the curse.
That
he basically
sounds...
got to put on gloves before touching a live wire.
She looks confused by that particular reference.
Oh, it's from that time we visited the plane of Toronto right before the heist. No, Toronto cannot exist in the D&D universe. I'm not making shit up. Anyway.
What?
No, Elminster, like the guy has been to Toronto. It's a thing. He planeswalked to Toronto.
Oh.
That happened in a D&D thing, legitimately. I'm not making that up.
Okay.
She kind of thinks for a second. She seems like, things are a little sluggish for her right now after that, and that she's kind of having a hard time keeping up. But I do not think you are a bad captain, even if things aren't going right now. Sometimes people have to learn from things that happen to make different calls in the future. And as long as you are handling things as they happen, that is what matters. As for Arnil, that does sound like a bad choice, but you cannot make his choices for him. That choice was his.
You're right. Honestly, Alexa, I think part of the problem is I'm trying to carry this whole crew by myself all the time, and I don't know what I'm doing. Honestly, you have more experience at this pirating thing than I do. You're a living ship.
Yes, I am the ship.
And you're so much more than just the ship. Mr. Arnil was my first mate, and now he's gone.
Is he gone forever?
I don't
There is
know.
magic.
I don't know, but I know that there's no picking him back up here. There's no holy magic. The one person I know that can cast the spell Revivify is not present at the moment. So, and I don't know if that works on undead things. Anyway, that aside.
Wait, what do you mean?
The spell Revivify can only be learned by
No. I mean,
Okay.
does not work on the undead things. What do you mean?
Oh, Mr. Arnil is an undead. I thought we didn't get a chance to brief you. I'm sorry.
No.
I forgot that we didn't get to tell you that. I legitimately love game. Paul forgot that she didn't know that yet.
No.
Oh yeah, no. Mr. Arnil, we found out was an undead for some, apparently. Mr. Glittergold let me know, and also some other stuff.
Interesting. So, is he if he is undead and now he is dead, then he is still undead, right?
Yes.
So then nothing is wrong.
He was slightly more useful in his less dead state, but that's beside the point.
I am sure you will figure it out.
I'm sure I will, but until Mr. Arnil is fit to serve again, I think you'd be the ideal candidate to be the new first mate.
Are you sure?
You are the most level-headed person on this crew.
She kind of like looks up at her head. My head is not level. It is honestly very bumpy, as it is made of wood.
My apologies. That was what we went in the Bard College we call a metaphor.
Joke detected.
From the other side of the ship.
Just that one is named Spirit, the new one.
Yes.
And the other new one is the snake that was downstairs. Named
Yes.
Hood?
His Hood.
Ah, I see. What about I think they called themselves college students. They were helpful when they showed up.
Yeah. I have not interacted with them that much to know how level-headed they all are. But from my experiences in college, they're level-headed in some circumstances and incredibly scatterbrained in others. If they're anything like my friends and I were in college.
That is interesting that college people can scatter their brains. I will try to avoid them when that happens.
Oh yes, Viscera is terrible. Anyway, I really think you are the best person to be. I don't even want to say second command. I would like you to be my partner in this crew.
I assumed we were already that much because of ways you have referred to us in the past, based off of the agreement between us.
I want that to be more official with the crew. I want the crew to recognize you as an authority figure no different than me.
Oh, I understand.
Yes, I've always considered you a partner, but I would like the crew to recognize you no differently than they do me as their captain. Actually, with more respect would be nice, actually. If they could respect you more than me, that'd be great.
I do not think that will be a problem.
Damn. How much psychic damage does he take for that one?
Insult detected.
When your friends do it, it's called ribbing.
Razzing detected.
All right, we'll figure out the finer details tomorrow. You rest up, Alexa, and I just put a hand on her shoulder, and I'm guessing because she's a tree, involves some effort on my part, and then I.
She usually stays in like a smaller form, just so that
Okay.
she's like more on eye level with most of you, because she knows that it would be intimidating if she was her normal size all the time. But, yes. So you can do that, and she's kind of like goes back into almost like a motionless state that would almost make her look like just a plain tree, like unassuming tree.
Yep.
She's
and
sleeping.
yeah, while she's sleeping, I go take the helm and steer us the rest of the way to Waterdeep.
Okay. Before we officially reach Waterdeep, anyone else want to do anything?
Spirit is gonna just be working on figuring out what is up with Arnil, I suppose.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to do anything about that at the moment, or
Up to you guys. If you do, you've caught the attention of V.
oh. Yeah, so Spirit is just kind of like standing over wherever we put. Where did we put Arnil?
That's what I was
I mean-
about to ask.
I mean, in
But
his
Arnold.
quarters, just in the wall.
So I just pull him out of the wall.
Yeah, like those tables they haven't built into the wall in the morgue. One of those.
I like that. That's funny.
You just slide out a tray and there's an Arnil there.
Oh, well, this works. And then V comes up and I say, "Oh, hello.
What's up?
I am trying to determine the cause of Arnil's undeath, death. It defies classification."
That makes sense. I heard everyone talking about the situation. Sounds weird. Sounds cool. I'm into that kind of stuff. And then you see that the very bouncy labradoodle that she keeps kind of like nudges up under her arm and is like really close to you, Spirit.
Oh,
What
hello.
about the dog?
Yeah, that's his he's my hound. You can ignore him. He's a little bit boisterous, but he means no harm.
I see. Perhaps later, I will invite Jade to come play with your hound. She loves animals.
Oh, awesome. He's not around all the time. Sometimes I have to summon him again, but it's fine.
I see. Does this qualify as a familiar?
She thinks for a second how she wants to answer you. Sure.
Indeterminate response detected.
In the functional sense of like magical reasons, or in the you just kind of want to know reasons?
Yes.
That doesn't answer my question, but I also didn't answer yours. So fair.
It appears we are at an impasse.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to assist me in my research on Arnil?
Sure. I like dead things. Or undead things, I guess.
I understand. So what kind of roll should I make here? What am I gonna do here?
Let's see. I think here. What specifically are you trying to learn?
I can't remember what I have already determined. Other than that Arnil is undead.
Yes.
I mean, the player, know everything that's going on, so I'm trying to figure out where we left off with this.
Let me go find my notes. Scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling.
Scrolling. That's hard.
Mm.
Keep scrolling.
Yeah, okay. So you had previously learned the method by which he had died, why that potentially was, and you had learned more about the past planet you were on. You'd found that information out, and then you had learned the information about the wild magic officially being related to the cursed treasure, and that was a piece of the treasure that he had found.
Okay.
I don't think you really learned much else past that, aside from, I don't think you learned much else past this information, aside from that information from what was going on with the planet. So, I mean, you could, at this point, probably potentially figure out more information about the method by which he died. You could probably figure out more information about the path to bring him back, and that would be kind of up to you as far as what information you would like to share.
Okay.
And then anything else that you might come up with.
I suppose like the path to bringing him back because that seems to be something that the rest of the crew is interested in.
Mm-hmm.
As well as the method of death.
Okay.
And just kind of a general sense of what's going on.
Sure. I will say this kind of leans more into Arcana than anything, and V can give you a help action.
Okay. I think I am also proficient in Arcana. I don't think I need to use that one feature for this. So Spirit will say, I am going to call on a friend to assist with this matter. Her name is Iris. You may assist, but please refrain from unnecessary conversation. It irritates her.
Sounds like I'll like her.
Excellent. So the lens of Spirit's eyes go, they blink, and from blue it becomes kind of light, translucent purple. And Iris says, all right, let's get to work. And I will roll Arcana.
Yep.
Ooh, that is all right. That is +4, so we are sitting at a 19.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, so what exactly you're examining the body, what exactly is Spirit doing? Iris doing in this case?
So we've determined that, like, while Arnill's not, like, dead outright, he's also not been, like, returned to life, because Jake made that deal with Garl Glittergold to essentially do Revivify.
Yes. Correct. So that is true. You sort of gather more information, I think, about the exact cause of his undeath death, as far as the damage that was done to him, which you are personally aware of, and the exact curse on the item because of the way that the magic was done. And I can resend that to you if you need.
Okay, yeah.
But we've talked about that in the past. But
yes.
Yeah, so I can send that to you as well, if you would like to share that with them. And then as far as his return to his body, correct. Garl Glittergold will attempt to put him back. There is sort of a in stasis situation that is happening right now, and it's almost as though there is a fighting happening inside the body. Like there is that duality going on, because it almost feels like he didn't belong there to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you can elaborate on that as you would like.
I will. So as we're kind of like, as the whole crew is like sort of winding down and preparing for rest, I call an impromptu meeting, and I say, I have discovered some pertinent information about the condition of former first mate Arnill. Yes. It appears that Arnill, as you know them, is not the original owner of this body. They have had some sort of divine intervention cast upon them and are now in stasis. There are 2 souls inside of this body. However, one does not fit the conventional classification of soul. It would be more accurate to say that Arnill is a manifestation of psychic force given consciousness. Has Arnill exhibited psionic talents in the past?
Yes.
Yes.
I did not know about sorry.
Yes, he kept me from. He used his psionic abilities to keep me from dying in outer space.
Then perhaps Arnill is now in conflict with the original owner of the body to return to life.
Should we set them up with a timeshare agreement like you all have?
That is an interesting theory. I will conduct further analysis as time goes on. This will be a lengthy process, I'm afraid.
Well, in the meantime, while we're all having this group meeting, I would like everyone to acknowledge our interim first mate while Mr. Arnil is on extended foreseeable medical leave. Alexa, in addition to being the ship, is now also first mate is the co-captain. Alexa is now the co-captain.
Uh-oh.
Alexa, previously sleeping, sort of groggily.
Oh, I thought this was like substantially more time later. Because they were having a team meeting.
Yeah, she was sleeping for a long time.
Yep.
Kind of groggily, like, walks down with her tree stumpy legs. Just like waves a sleepy branch, goes back upstairs where there's regular light.
I
Goes
pull
back
out
to
a
sleep.
comically large pirate hat and give it to her.
She just
like-
kind of reaches a really long tree branch back, doesn't even turn back to look at you, hangs it, like lets it be hung on her tree branch and keeps walking.
Whenever I'm unavailable, please look to Alexa for direction.
What about
So,
when you are
pretty much
available? Can we
anytime?
still look to her?
Yeah.
I mean, she has a lot of duties around the ship. Try not to bother her unless you have to. Around her? There's an existential question there. Anyway, either of us is fine. Treat us as if we have the same amount of authority.
So none, some, are we saying that you should
Alright.
you should get the amount that they? I
Okay,
don't
so-
understand.
All right, so if the ship is a pyramid where the person in charge is on top, Alexa and I are in the same tiny little triangle at the very top.
I do
Understood.
appreciate you talking about tops and bottoms.
There it is.
Yes, I do have to say something about that. Yes, but two people are sharing the top. They'll put a lot of pressure on the bottom.
Oh, that's why the bottom of a pyramid is bigger, as my understanding from the one course I took in math in the Bard College.
Pyramids 101, I believe it was.
No, it was
it's
pyramid
geometry, Mr.
pyramid
Hood.
schemes. In a bard college, it would be pyramid schemes.
Oh yes, actually, did each of you recruit the 2 additional crew members I asked you to recruit? Mr. Amar is currently the leader on the leaderboard.
Good lord.
It was Karen's essential oils.
Oh yes. By the way, we all the Space Rock Cafe now has a new sponsor, Carrot and Hansen's Essential Oils. We'll be selling them every port we go to. As part of the reason we stop here is to pick up the essential oils from Karen.
No.
I am not going to be a snake oil salesman in that way.
I don't know. I mean, I've heard of people oiling their snake, and it usually works pretty well.
I'm leaving.
And,
Let me know if you have something important.
Polly is
Alright.
also leaving.
well, when we get to
Innuendo,
Waterdeep, we will
detected.
pick up some supplies from our sponsor, Better Worlds Tavern. Many Worlds Tavern. We
Oh,
can
I'm
get
sorry. I
contact-
did not mean anything bad about your race, Mr. Snake Person. I was referring to a different kind of snake.
Hood is already out of the room.
If we buy Hood a jean jacket, would that make him a trouser snake?
A check? No.
Denim trousers.
We're not on Discord.
No,
so
I
can use the
got
sound
that,
and
but-
sound.
You didn't say pants. You said a jacket.
Well, you
I mean, my
had
goodness,
it.
we just
The bottom half
we
is a
keep
snake. How do pants work?
we keep having more and more jokes. They are just scaling, aren't they?
God
Joke detected.
damn it.
This is becoming a real poisonous environment for us all.
Speaking of, would it be possible for me to do a quick inventory check to see what of my poisons and stuff that I would have had from beforehand is still usable, and or what supplies I might have from before I went into sleep mode?
Yeah, absolutely.
How would you like me to do that?
Oh, I feel like. I don't think Arcana is probably right. Probably nature. Unless you are in some way magically checking this.
No, I'm basically just searching through my just supplies.
Yeah, then nature or investigation, I think.
Just
Okay,
imagine the
it-
spell take inventory.
I mean, it's the same thing either way. So 22.
Yeah. You think a couple of the glass vials of various things have gotten cracked and started spilling out, but you think if you act quickly that some of that would be salvageable.
I
For the
would like
most
to
part,
act quickly and salvage.
yeah. For the most part, it's like 80% of whatever you had is fine.
Okay.
You had previously probably packed it up pretty well. You know, the styrofoam inserts, all the vials get their own little thing. It's
Oh,
just a
yeah,
couple
of
of them
course.
jostled out.
All meticulously labeled.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
Mr. Hood, I
good.
heard you also enjoy mushrooms. Alexa does have a garden of psychogenic mushrooms up around the base of her tree. Just so
Where
you
on
know.
earth did you hear that?
Through the grapevine.
No.
I pointed at the wall where there's literally a grapevine on the wall because we live in a
Fascinating.
living ship.
I do poisons. I don't do drugs.
I mean, I'm sure psychogenic things can be used to make poisons. If you want to grow additional mushrooms up there, just make sure that they won't get Alexa sick.
Also, the major difference between poisons and drugs is the amount.
Yeah, you can overdose on psychogenic drugs.
I assure you, I have like a psychogenic thing that I know how to make. These are the kill you kind of poisons, not the kind you take for a good time.
Again, the major difference is the amount. You just take a little bit less of those.
I mean, in D&D,
I do
alcohol is
not
classified
know.
as a poison. Can you ferment some alcohol for us?
There's grapes on the wall, you can figure it out.
Can I roll a luck check to see if I took a class on winemaking at the Barn College?
God. Sure.
That's a 6. No, I didn't.
No, you did not.
Chose to take the pyramid class instead.
Yeah, there's an entire marketing major. Yes, multi-level marketing schemes would be a course at the Bard College. That's how I know I'm at the top of the pyramid, where I only have to recruit 2 people. I recruit all you extras as bonuses. Actually, no, I guess the top pyramid glitter gold. He said to recruit everybody else.
You say that, and at that moment you see like a kind of sad Roloi that's been sort of sneaking in the corners, like in the shadows, because he's been like practicing his sneaking, because that's the one thing he said he's been really good at. And you just see like his sad face. He's just like, "We're just extras."
No, that's not what I meant, Mr. Roloi. I meant I only needed to recruit 2 crew members in order to be able to operate the ship. Everyone else is here because the more the merrier.
So you just needed everyone to make the ship work, but
I
us?
I like everybody on the ship. Some of them I feel like the person they might not like me as much as I like them, but I do like everybody. I consider you all friends and part of my found family. How I'm the black sheep of my found family when I'm the nucleus of said found family, I don't know, but I am.
You should be the black hair.
But no, Mr. Roloi, I genuinely appreciate you and everyone else on this crew as people as much as you are members of the team. And I think in time you all find your unique talents that make the crew special. For instance, where the heck were you? You just came out of nowhere.
Well, I was asleep in my room, and then I felt like if I laid down anymore, that it would be bad. So I got up, and then I walked here. There's lots of shadows in the hallways because of the leaves. I didn't really mean to do anything. I just kind of am here. You guys didn't notice me, but that's kind of normal for me.
All right, so
So-
now, all I
okay.
need you to do is, now that you've honed that skill, there's this other skill that a lot of people in this area do, where you come out of the shadows and you take this. I take a knife and hold it up and say, and you just gouge someone with it, and then you go back into the shadows. It's called a sneak attack. Ideally, you do not want to actually yell the word sneak attack, I'm told, when you're doing it.
So don't yell that out if you attack someone from the
Right.
shadows with
Yes,
the knife.
if you sneak up on somebody with a knife and you're trying to sneak attack them, don't actually yell the word sneak attack until after you land the attack. It will
It
dull
is
the
acceptable
surprise.
to yell sneak attack after the fact.
Yes, thank you, Miss. What are your pronouns again, Spirit? Does it depend on which ghost is in charge?
Yes, your pronouns are yes.
What are your current pronouns? I don't know which ghost is in charge.
Right now it's just main spirit. Main spirit, I think we're just going with they them.
Spirit, because I don't have a prefixed word for a they them, because apparently I cannot think of what the prefix for they them is in real life.
Theys.
Theys, yes.
Theys.
Theys got it. Theys know what they're talking about. Anyway, Mr. Lai, I think what we're gonna do is I would like you to, when you have some downtime, we can get like a training dummy or something, and you can practice sneak up and stabbing it.
But what if I don't want to stab things? What if I just like learning things?
I do like learning things. It is important in a dangerous life you be able to defend yourself.
That's fair.
It is not something like I don't want you to be on the front lines, but if someone comes and tries to steer the ship and we leave you in charge of the ship, I would like you to be able to protect yourself from danger.
He looks terrified by that prospect of being left alone with the ship. Like that's not something.
Alexa can protect you, right, Alexa?
There's just like a rustle of the leaves for where you guys are. Alexa has left, but she acknowledges you.
Yeah, we won't leave you completely alone, but like I'm just saying, if like the handful of us that usually do all the fighting aren't around, you need to be able to kind of protect yourself.
That's fine. I'm not afraid of being left alone with Alexa. Alexa is cool. I like Alexa. I was more of like, are you sure you want to leave me alone in the ship alone? Like, what if I really mess something up?
Well, I think that has already happened where we left you in the ship alone. But also, there are some times when we need to be off the ship for different reasons. Like if we are going to go exploring the area or something, or go to do something dangerous, where just you being able to protect yourself would take a lot of the anxiety off of me.
Mr. Malloy, I'd like you to take consideration. I know you haven't known me as long as some of the other crew folk, Mr. Malloy. Do you feel like I'm somebody, and you can speak openly, ignore the fact I'm the captain right now, do you feel like I'm somebody who messes up a lot? It's okay to be honest here.
Are you sure? Because back in my village, people would say that, and then they'd get mad anyway, even if you were honest. So I learned that was kind of a trick question.
Well, no, there's two ways this trick question gets presented. One is they want you to lie. The other one is they already know the answer. I already know the answer. I'm a screw-up. So if I, a screw-up, can be put in charge of the ship, and for some reason everyone trusts me to be in charge of the ship, I don't know why either, then there's nothing saying that you can't be in charge of the ship. You are at least the same level of screw-up, if not less, than me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
I realized that was not as good a compliment as it could have been.
No, it's okay. I'll figure out how to stab a dummy. That's what you said, I think.
Would you prefer a ranged weapon, and you can yell sneak attack after you hit with an arrow? We can do that too.
That might be better.
Okay, we'll get you set up with a crossbow or something. And then you just shoot your target like darts in the galley. Basically, we do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, actually, most weapons are just bar darts.
Yeah, that is fine. He's really you've seen Reloy, and he's usually like this really bright, bubbly, whatever kind of kid. But like they're really, really tired at this point. Like that being sick took so much out of them, and he kind of like comes up behind Amar and like wraps his arms around you from behind, and it's like, I'm sorry I got sick. That sucked, and I'm sorry if you were worried.
It is not something for you to be sorry about. I'm sorry I was not able to protect you as well as I tried to, but these are things that happen. Part of being where we are and doing what we do is accepting danger. Just know that I care very much about you and I want you to be okay.
Thanks. I care about you too.
Thank you.
V is like in the corner and she's like, she's just like, ugh, sappy stuff.
I mean, we're inside a ship that's powered by a tree. Yes, sappy stuff.
I pull out one of my. an extra dagger. I've some extra daggers just from stuff that I scooped up from when we found the aftermath of the clown attack, I think.
Yeah.
So I pull out a couple of daggers and give them to Roy. Say, Ursa, I will teach you how to use these, but the big thing to remember is stab them with the pointy end.
Yes, lesson 1: hold it by the dull end. Point the pointy end into your enemies.
Okay, I know I said that I'm not good at a lot of things, but I knew that much.
Sorry, I was just making a Game of Thrones reference.
Yeah. It's all right, Mr. Roy. Have you seen the level of competence we operate as a group? You can never be too certain.
Okay, I mean, that makes sense, I think. I do know how to stab things. That's much I know. Like, I know how swords work, and I know how knives work. I know all of that. You know, I obviously do. I know how to cut things up. You need to for bartending sometimes. Mostly fruits, but...
Well, then I'm sure you're familiar with an old phrase. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. That's what we're all going to do while we're stuck here in the Forgotten Realms until we can figure out how to get supplied up and leave this plane.
Okay. That's fair. That makes sense. V leaning against the wall. So you guys do have a rough idea of how to get out of the plane that you're currently stuck in?
Oh yeah, no, I flew the ship from here when I got it. Like, I know the exact way back to the place from here because I flew there once.
Cool.
Like,
All
we just need to make sure Alexa feels okay for interspatial travel first.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. She, like, starts chatting with the other couple people in Sylvan and is, like, reassuring them that it's gonna be okay. Because they looked really worried. Seems like the other couple college kids are skittish, mostly from the gnome's perspective. And one of them is a human, and he's just kind of like existing, like not really like particularly friendly, but also like not being antagonistic. He's just part of the clique.
That was an above average Adam Sandler movie.
So at what point do you think you guys are pulling up into the port?
I feel like we were probably most of the way there before Spirit called the team meeting, and then once I finished like my part of the team meeting, I went back up and resumed piloting it while Alexa gently napped in the background.
Cool. So anyone who would be looking out over the edge of the ship on any kind of lookout duty of any variety, I would like you to roll me perception.
With pleasure.
Let
22.
me know. Yep. I was going to say, let me know if anyone gets above a 20, but...
This dice has carried me through so many campaigns. I need to test it. It's just, it rolls too good on average, I swear.
Cool. Anyone else or just Spirit?
I think
It's Malloy training to be a fruit ninja. That's great. Thank you, chat. I appreciate that.
That is pretty good. Okay. Spirit, you happen to be looking out over the edge of the ship, and something that was honestly really well hidden, but not well hidden enough for you, is that some of the ships that seem like they're already docked have what looks like a good attempt at hiding the S.P.I.R.I.T insignia. They look like they are attempting to be undercover, and there looks like there's at least 5 ships docked. They don't look the same as the ships that were in the same port. They do look different, but you do catch that. I don't like the glasses. Yes, you do very easily catch there are at least 5 undercover ships. There seem to be several other normal ships that are there that do not have any kind of undercover appearance. But you were unsure if there are possibly more. There are at least 5.
I do respect the you ruined my session prep, so I'm just gonna do that, but with more.
No, so in all seriousness, my significant other texted me a meme about an hour before we started the session, and it was like, you approach a dark castle. It's like, don't want any of that. We go back to town. We get back to town. Outside of the town, there's a dark castle. It's like, no, we go to the beach. At the beach, there's a dark castle.
There's a different thing here. It's not the same.
No, but it's like, no, the similar plot's still happening. Like, I get it. That's more of a commenting on what Hoshi's pointing out.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, you're Jordan today. My apologies.
No, you're good. You're good.
No. There's a different thing.
Attention. We appear to be in the presence of more undercover anti-S.P.I.R.I.T syndicate ships.
The Popo.
Those damn asses.
Indeed. This ass won't quit.
You know, I actually hear that their chief headquarters is in America because they're America's ass.
It's American ass.
Anyway, so we could go into port, or we could avoid them entirely. Alexa, do we have the ability to conceal the fact you are a spelljammer ship and make you look like a regular ship?
I kind of am a tree growing out of a ship. Unless you have a way to hide me in the ship, not necessarily. Considering that I have roots throughout the ship, living ships are sort of easily identified.
Are there like normal, like non-spelljammer ships that have similar like qualities?
All right.
Like a tree.
All right,
Like
so
a-
all
with
these
a tree
college
in
kids
them?
are like wizards, right?
Not that you were aware of. What was your question? You said what? What was your question, Paul? I didn't hear your question.
All of the college kids are like from the wizardy, magic-y college at the thing, right? They're all like some sort of like enchanty, magic-y people.
You think at least one of them might be a wizard. You are unsure what all of them are specifically.
All right. I don't.
You know they are magical, yes.
Miss V, I don't suppose you or any of your friends would be able to use magic to disguise the ship to look like a normal ship.
It's a big ship. Maybe.
I'll make you cookies.
Done.
Can me or any of my friends disguise the ship to make it look like something else?
To be fair, a similar ship that just doesn't have a giant tree growing out of it.
I mean,
So we would just need.
hiding the tree would work too.
Yes, if you can conceal the tree, I think the ship can do the rest. It's like
How to
a
make
team
a
effort
tree
here.
look like not a tree.
Draw a mustache.
Enlarge, reduce, make it look like a shrub. Or actually, wait, Alexa, can't you make your tree just look like an ordinary ship mast?
I can make myself look like an unassuming tree.
Would
I
they
feel
be
like
less
do any-
suspicious if the tree was unassuming?
Do any of you know the spell Major Illusion?
Do we have really big rope? We can make it look like we've tied a tree to the top of the ship.
Now, technically, as adventurers, we would all have at least 50 feet of rope.
Right, I know.
That is true. And I'm looking to see if I can answer your question.
Let's one piece it. We'll just tie the tree to the top of the ship, and if anyone asks, we'll just say, "Hey, we have a citrus tree that we carry with us,
Oh yeah.
so that we don't get scurvy."
Is that actually a thing that happened in One Piece?
Yeah,
They don't. That's not why. That's not why they carry it, but they have it. Yeah.
They had a little tangerine tree on the
Yeah.
Going Merry.
Oh,
Yeah.
the little one. Okay.
It's not why they have it, but they do have it.
I thought you meant like at some point recently they had like a full tree on the
No.
ship. I was like, wow, some things have happened since I dropped off.
No, that was like early One Piece.
Yeah, it was on the freaking Going Merry or whatever.
So V is sort of eyeing just like the size of the ship and the area that you were asking about. Me personally, I can do something that's like 20-foot cube sized, but I don't know if I can do anything that would help really with the entire ship. She's like kind of like looking at her friends. Do either of you have anything that could be potentially useful for what they're wanting? The other ones are like, well, I mean, we can all sort of do the thing that you're talking about, but it's still the same size. I guess if all of us work together, we might be able to sort of make the entire ship look like the ship. It would just make a difference if... Do you guys have like a picture of the ship you're looking to change it to? Because if we get different ideas of ships in our mind and it looks like you've got a weird piecemealed ship, that would kind of suck. And it's like the dude that's kind of talking at this point. Just
as a bard, I got this. I would like to roll performance to draw a ship.
Yeah, sure.
I would like to assist with my Kenku recall.
Yeah, sure.
Can I cast
Alright,
guidance?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna roll advantage, then we'll do the guidance part.
Mhm.
So good thing I had advantage because that was a 2.
Okay.
All right, second roll.
Do better.
That is a 13 before the guidance. Let me add the D4. That is a 3, so 16.
Okay. Yeah, you mostly get the... What kind of a ship are you trying to draw?
I'm trying to draw like just an average, unassuming like merchant ship.
Okay. Yeah, so I think...
I would like to bear in mind, I did grow up in
Yeah.
the docks district of Water.
Why don't
I know
you-
what the ship to go here looks like.
I think a plain merchant ship would be fine.
Why don't you just draw the existing ship and then just change the tree to a mast, and then all they have to do is change the mast. To change the tree to look like a mast.
I mean, we probably have another mast I can look at for reference.
Yeah, I'm saying like that would probably be easiest for them to do, because then there's less
They
of a
asked for
ship
a
for them to
picture of
have
a
to
ship.
change.
I gave them what they asked for.
Alright.
Let
This
him
is
Armstrong
fine.
this.
Jesus!
This is fine. We can do this. Yeah, we got it. And V sort of looks at the little shy gnome, is like, do not make it colorful. I know. You want to make things colorful. Do not make it colorful. The gnome looks really scared. Kind of nods very briefly. Just, okay, yeah. And they will all cast Major Image.
As they are casting, Polly says, "Man, I really do like the color purple."
That play was very good, Miss Polly.
All right. Well,
I'm kidding. Don't worry about it.
I was gonna say I did roll to see how well the gnome was paying attention or not, and if that would affect things. And I was gonna say part of the mast does turn purple, like the flag on it does turn purple. The least important part, so it's fine if it does, but there's a little purple in there. Yeah, so they can do that. Looks like a normal mercantile ship.
All right, so what I would like to do, entering the harbor, I know from my experience in a different D&D game that we have all discussed previously tonight, Waterdeep has different sections of its docks district. Ones where, like, docks district is already an unsavory place, which Jake would know because he lived from Waterdeep for a long time. There's basically a place where the nice ships dock, a place where the not so nice ships dock, and a place where the unsavory ships dock, or the poor ships. We're
Sure.
pirates, I'm okay with the poor one. The police will not be undercover in the poor one.
What?
I'm looking to dock somewhere where the ass are not docking. Because the docks district, if you look at the map of Waterdeep, is enormous.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go park our ship as far away from them as possible.
Sure. You can do that. You do that. That's fine. Somewhere in the unsavory district, you said?
Yes.
'Kay.
I make sure to tell the crew, hey, just so you guys know, this is a nice town. This part of town, not so nice. It's okay.
How not
because
nice are we
as a-
talking?
As a pirate ship, we should have like the thieves' canty marks for like, hey, honor among thieves, don't rob our ship. So I think we're fine.
The tired Reloy, like, sort of lets go of Amar. Is like, I think I read about that in a book. What that's supposed to look like, if you need it.
Yes.
Reloy sort of scribbles it really quick and hands it to one of the students that's concentrating on the spell. Just like, can you, like, put this somewhere? And the gnome, like, takes it, and the purple flag stays purple, but, like, part of, like, the mast by the purple flag gets a little mark on it. Okay. Cool. So you guys are docking in the unsavory part of Waterdeep. I think that is a good place to call it, unless you guys feel like going long tonight, but I think that's where we will go ahead and wrap things up for this session. See where
And we take
you guys...
a long rest.
Do you want to take a long rest in the unsavory part of the Waterdeep district?
We have a large crew. We can do watches.
I can also do alarm.
I also don't need to sleep.
Sure.
Also,
Those are all acceptable answers.
I will also speaking stone up some of my college buddies and ask them to just come keep an eye on us. This is my hometown. I know the unsavory folks.
Hmm.
He went to college with them.
Exactly.
Sure.
We are them.
Everybody here dropped out of the Bard College of Waterdeep and became a pirate.
Okay. Yeah, we'll call things there, I think, for the night, before you guys come up with any other shenanigans that make me shake my head. Let's go ahead and we can do our outros for the night. We'll do that in mostly reverse order. Spirit, we'll start with you.
All right, so I'm Marty. You know me as Arnil and Spirit here on Space Rock Cafe. I'm also Baragon Doubletail on Bard Rock Cafe. If you like seeing me here, check out some of my other projects, Wayfaring Strangers, which releases when we feel like it. If you like music, check out my band, Winter Wayfarer. We'll have some new stuff coming out hopefully this summer. And if you're in the Midwest area, we're opening for Earth, Wind, and Fire on July 1st. So more info to come.
Don't quit your J job, Marty.
Yeah. That's another story.
It's an inside
That's a
joke,
conversation.
audience.
The story for another time. Some other stuff I'll plug as it becomes available.
You
Sweet.
really aren't going to plug College of Whispers?
It's still in production.
It's in production. It's coming soon to a podcatcher near you.
And I'll tell more about it when it comes out.
That's fair.
That's fair. Jordan.
Hey, Jordan or Hoshi, depending on the day. I'm the DM for Aegis of Damned. We are currently wrapping up our first campaign. Very much looking forward to hopping into campaign 2 when we do that. And for now, I'm playing Hood here.
Yep. I think I can't remember if it was Amar or Polly that went, but one of you.
Coin of absolutes.
We didn't use the coin today.
Oh my god, I forgot about the coin. I'm Ursa Bearwalker. I play Polly. You can find me at Ursa Bearwalker everywhere. I do stuff sometimes in places.
I'm Coach J-Ro, the Unsummoned Skull. I do a lot of magic-related things. I'm also working on some D&D and some other types of TTRPGs, especially to use with my students because I am a teacher, tutor, and college professor. And I have been playing Amar the Swap, the navigator who navigates with a different kind of compass.
Sweet. Jake.
And I am Paul. Today I played Captain Jake Swallow, the unlikely captain of an even more unlikely pirate crew. You can also find me on the main Bard Rock Cafe podcast, where I play Brock Song, the Klishtar noble who gave up his charmed life to pursue his dreams of being a bard. Campaign 1 of Bard Rock Cafe is cruising along. We are just finishing our Tournament of the Century story arc. We are in the process of recording another story arc I'm very excited for you all to see. And we are hoping to wrap up Campaign 1 probably the first quarter, maybe the second quarter of 2024. So right now is a great time to jump in. We are like 2/3 of the way through our main story.
Yes, and a lot of things will be explained if you watch their show about what's they're coming up into dealing with here. But I'm Christina. I'm your GM for the evening on Space Rock Cafe. Come catch us every other Saturday here, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, roughly, give or take a few minutes, depending on the day. Similar to Jordan, I'm over on the Agents of Damned crew. I am currently ending Campaign 1 playing as Wintera Dark Knight, and we'll be starting Campaign 2 playing TBD. Not actual name of the character. We're not doing an actual to be determined named character, as funny as that was last time. But we were hoping to have that sometime in summer, I think, of this year, starting for Campaign 2. Actual dates to be announced. We're not entirely sure. Production is TBD, so working on it. But if you like the stuff that happened here on Space Rock Cafe, we'll just remind you guys that they have lots of awesome sponsors that you can get 10% off with the code Bard Rock Cafe on Many Worlds Tavern, who has wonderful teas, as well as Dragon Master Games and Fan Roll Dice. And again, that was code Bard Rock Cafe. We also were able to use the Wild Magic table created by Dave Panfio from the DMs Guild. Not actually as much as we used it last time, but still a decent amount for some really fun stuff. So make sure to check them out and go borrow and buy that if you have any interest there. Twitch subs get emotes, so make sure next time you watch you are a subscriber because you get to use all of those fun things. And if you'd like to stick around, we are going to be rating Neon Lights. They are debuting a new show called Chimeride?
Chimeride?
Chimeride.
It's like
Chimeriad, yeah, Chimeriad. There we go. Anyway, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.